Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Sarcasm City Sports Q&A where we answer sporting questions from the chat. So get your questions in, people. I'm sure the vast majority, more than the vast majority, 99.9% of the questions are going to be about this Caicedo situation, this Caicedo saga. 1 minute yesterday, it seemed like he was going Liverpool. Now today, it seems like he's going Chelsea. So we'll be answering questions on that. Of course, it is the start of the Premier League season as well, people. It is actually the Premier League season is starting today. The treble winners. That's how much we don't care that Caicedo going to Chelsea or Liverpool is literally all and everybody is talking about. Obviously, Harry Kane, it looks like he could be going Bayern Munich as well. Large up the chat as always. Big up to the chat. Like I said, get your questions in, people. Get your questions in and make sure big up months, big up big 6 months. Make sure you go subscribe. Check out the show from yesterday. Yo, Ryan, I'm on, man. You can see I'm on. I'm gonna send you the link. See this guy. He knows I'm on, you know. He sent me a message and now he's ringing me. He knows I'm on, clearly by myself. Like, I'm gonna send you the link. Just give me a sec. Like, Jesus. As I was saying, people, little brothers, man, I'm telling you. As I was saying, make sure you go check out the show from yesterday. So initially, it was the Manchester United Arsenal show. It was myself, TJ was holding it down. The Caicedo news broke. Munch jumped on, went off. You know what I'm saying? Months went absolutely, was just hilarious. Absolutely. Months is one of the best content creators that he's shown why. He was just waxing lyrical as and dunking on everybody. Then Surfer joined, Ahmed joined for a little bit as well. So make sure you go check that out from yesterday. But let's bump up the likes. Let's bump up the likes. Share across all the socials and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. And Mon says I'm in pain. I'm glad you're in pain though. Because you're a Liverpool fan, I'm glad you are in pain. 110%. Big up to Ahmed in the cut as well. Yes, Ahmed. What are you telling me, man? You good?
Wallahi, man, I can't lie to you, bro. Yesterday, bro, was a crazy day. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday, like at 10 a.m., I was somewhere in like what's it called, Plymouth, doing my actual job. I came back at 4 p.m., bro. After that, bro. It's just been how loose, bro. I had to literally like Rollers, and I told you, bro. I had a stream here at 11 p.m. I had a dream at midnight, and then I had a dream after 11 bro. You know what I'm saying? Three streams I had to do yesterday, bro. And this morning, excuse me.
Yeah.
This morning at 1 p.m. I had to do another stream, bro. It's Wallahi, bro, yeah, when I tell you, yeah, I don't even use Wallahi a lot, bro. It's actually been the most ridiculous day. The ridiculous 48 hours, 72 hours of my entire life, bro. I'm gonna be so real,
Of
bro.
your entire life?
No, it's been of this current saga, not my entire life, of course. There's been crazy times. You get what I mean?
The footballing, yeah.
I'm being.
It is not.
I must say, go outside.
I've never seen anything like it in that
bro. And
24 hours.
There's just been some breaking news right now. Obviously, you know that we said that Tyler Adams, you know what I'm saying, we were about to buy him. We ended that thing. Okay. Brighton have made contact with Leeds over Tyler Adams right now, according to Matteo Moretti. Yo, listen, man, Roms, yeah, I can't say anything to Roms, you know what I mean? I've not had, he's not been cussing at the man them, you know what I'm saying? But Monts, yeah, he can hold that. The way he was moving in that last
Ahmed,
he can hold that, bro. I just want to say that, bro.
Calma.
Of course.
Football karma's a real thing. Monts was on here no less than 12 hours ago.
All right. I'm
screaming and shouting. No less than 12 hours ago. Monts was here screaming and shouting. And now look at him. So football karma's a real thing. Wait until he holds the shirt and then you can talk. Shit. But right now, I'm gonna wait.
I tell people all the time, always wait. And
Flawless is always right, man. You know what I say? You've always been right, Flawless.
That's why I always just remain calm. But in regards to that situation, because I wasn't involved, I'm just like, I'm going to let Chelsea. The people didn't want to hear from me and still don't want to hear from me now. They want to hear from Chelsea fans on this. They want to hear from Liverpool fans on this. I just got the popcorn out watching this because I've seen a lot in transfer windows. I've never seen 12 hours, 10 hours like that in regards to being on the show, the news breaking, Munch jumped on, Ryan joined, obviously Ahmed, you was on, Surfer ended up joining, And then I seen the news break today that he prefers Chelsea over Liverpool. Hey, Rums, big up to you, says Flawless. I don't appreciate you laughing. This is a tough time for us. It's just a hilarious situation. Like, the roller coaster of emotions I've seen from both sets of fans is crazy. It is, isn't it? Like, that's just legit what it is. Ryan, what are you saying, man? Thoughts? I know you're emotional.
I'm actually, no, you know what? I got tweets to back this up, right?
Yeah.
I was tweeting last night, even after the fee got agreed, that I was a bit worried, innit? Because I remember just after the fee got agreed, because obviously it was late last night, Fabrizio said this isn't over, innit? Like, Chelsea, we'll see how Chelsea react. Chelsea might want to put in another bid. And I woke up this morning, I was stressed. I woke up early, I was stressed, man. I was stressed. I was like, get this deal done quick today, innit? Because I did think Chelsea were going to come in with another one. And obviously they would know what to bid because of what our bid actually was. So, and I was tweeting a lot this morning that I still think he goes to Chelsea, innit? Because I was like, if Chelsea do match it or improve on it, his preference was kind of always to go to Chelsea. So I was actually texting a lot of our fans on group chats like, listen, just don't celebrate yet, innit? So I was kind of prepared for it. I'm like, obviously it's gutting because he would have been a great signing for us. There's no doubt. I'm not going to act here and say like, you know, pretend like it's a ship. He's a brilliant player, and he would have been exactly what we needed. But if he doesn't want to join, like he doesn't want to join in it. Like that's all it is. Like, I don't want us to be his like sloppy seconds. Do you get what I mean? You know, I want players who actually want to be here. Like at the end of the day, you don't want to be spending 110 million pounds on someone who doesn't really want to be here. Do you get what I mean? So I don't even know why we haven't pulled out yet, to be honest. I think we just need to pull out. What we have shown by doing this is that we have the money. The whole thing, I've said this for ages, even when the other day when people were saying Liverpool can't afford Lavia, I was saying, no, Liverpool can afford Lavia. Don't let people make you think that Liverpool don't have money. Liverpool have fucking money. You seen from our revenue figures on our account. Liverpool have money, and they showed it. Liverpool have money, fam.
You right?
Like, genuinely. And what we need to do is we need to go and spend this 100... Because I still think that even after... If we'd have brought Caicedo, we'd still get another centre-back on top, in my opinion. Maybe an Inacio as an example. So if that's the case... So use that 110 mil. Go and get Lavia for 50 mil. Just pay the 50 mil. Get him in. Maybe get another midfielder in. Maybe a bit cheaper. Go and, I don't know, get a centre back. And if you want, you could probably afford another centre back on top of that. Because I'll be honest, we need 2 centre backs. Don't let any Liverpool fan try and claim that we only need 1. We need 2 centre backs, really. We do. Because Robertson can't play that role because he's not suited to it. Right. 1 injury to Van Dijk or Canate, and we're back to Matip or Gomez, even if we buy a centre-back. So ideally, we need 2 centre-backs. So go and use that money, pull out of this deal, and, you know, Chelsea are going to get him, regardless of whether you pull out or not. They're going to get him now. So pull out and use that money on improving all the areas you need to address at the end of the day. And that's the way I see it, man. That's the way I see it, to be honest.
Oh, that's fair. Big up to Rums as well.
Obviously, let's say...
Yeah, okay, just quickly, he said Ryan did say that I can vouch. Big up to Rums each and every time. Yeah, go on, Ahmed. Tell what he was going to say.
I'm actually going to say, yeah, obviously, let's say obviously we don't know now. Maybe he may be going to Chelsea, maybe he'll be going to Liverpool. Whoever club like he goes to at the end of the day, right? You've now like out of yourself that you've got the piece of like around about at the very least of 110 million. So, you know, whoever you go for next year, they're going to be demanded a high amount of fee, whether it be a Lavia. Instead of being 50 million, it'll probably be like 60, 65 million now to go
I still think it stays around 50, I'll be honest with you.
No, because
even if it is 60, that's still a good...
They know you have money now, that's the difference, bro.
Thing is, Liverpool kind of have not really much option but to pay that now. We're getting towards the end of the window. The season's about to start. They kind of have no option but to... Apparently, Lavia was saying goodbye to all his Southampton teammates and the club and stuff. Like, he doesn't expect to be there on Monday, innit? So obviously it looks like Chelsea are going to get Caicedo now. So I still think we get Lavia, and I still think it can get done for about 50. I'll be honest with you, like genuinely. But
no, I get what you're saying.
We need to use this money wisely now.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what it is though? I think for me, what has happened, but what changed here was the fact that apparently like Barley and Bowley have gotten involved now into the thing, and they've apparently removed with Stanley from doing the negotiation. So
Right,
because
for
of these.
yourself.
So now the actual guys are doing the negotiation thing, and they've had to. They did it again with Enzo as well, where they had to go in again. And I think you just got to ask questions now of whether or not is with Stanley the man for you when it comes to doing negotiations. When it comes to small players, when it comes to low players, right? He can do it, but when it comes to the big players that you need to, doesn't matter what age they are. But when they're top players, he doesn't seem to be able to compete at the end of the day. So obviously, I know Maldini's. I've heard Maldini's on the market. Obviously, you've got guys like what's his name at PSG. Louis Campos is also available over there. He's particularly frustrated over there. Do you want to bring those guys in? Obviously, there's Michael Edwards. I don't know if that's still. Paul Mitchell. Yeah, big up Victor. So you need to start thinking about, bro. You need to start having real questions about with Stanley if it is him again, because that's what it's been at least the ITKs are saying. You know what I'm saying? It may not be him.
That makes sense. Big up to everyone in the chat. Continue
The
to get
thing
your
is, can I
questions
answer
in
that?
before you go, Ryan. 1 second. I know the vast majority of the questions are going to be on Caicedo. That's absolutely fine. But if you don't
Just
want to ask
breaking
something
news
else,
quickly.
but go on. What's the breaking news? Go on quickly. Go on.
Tyler Adams going to Brighton now.
Oh, he's going
With the
Brighton.
super scrap.
Oh, okay.
Now it's
Alright.
we just tweeted it right now. Tyler Adams to Brighton now.
Yeah.
They've already given
Yes.
an
So-
agreement.
Yeah, that's
Wait, okay, so
that's
we
crazy.
let Adams go to Brighton, so make an easier path for Caicedo.
Well, yeah, large up everyone in the chat. Members, get your questions in. If you're a member of the channel, then your comment, your question takes priority, like a super chat on Q&A. So I will get to your question. I will star it, even if I get to your question 10, 15 minutes after you've asked it. So if you want to join the membership, link is in the pinned comment as well. Like I said, I know the vast majority of the questions, or much more than the vast majority, are going to be about Caicedo. That's absolutely fine. Get your questions in. Let's bump up the likes, though. There's over 70 of you lot in here. That's why I had to stop the conversation. Only 30 likes. Let's get up to 50 likes, man. Like check 1212. What we doing? Let's bump up those likes. Please continue to share this across the socials. We want to get over 100 people in here. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. We are closing in on 7,600 subscribers. We are closing in, so make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't, whether you're watching live right now or watching this back after the live. Let me get to a few of the comments as well. Warrior J, I see you, man. Big up each and every time. You already know, man. As long as you're in the building, it's all well and good, man. Get here when you get here, man. It's all good. Large up to Paul, who says, Flawless, why didn't you tell Mons to relax and hold that? Because you got to give people the platform, man. Like, that wasn't about me. Like, when he asked for the link, I knew what it was going to be. And you don't stop something. You don't, like, he was in mode right there. That's a hot streak. Why am I going to stop passing him the ball when he's on smoke? It's like in basketball references, you know what I'm saying? He's hot right now in terms of that. He's on a streak. Man splashing threes. Why would I stop him from shooting? No, give him the ball and get the fuck out of the way. And you lot enjoyed it thoroughly because shit was hilarious. I was cracking up. TJ was cracking up. The chat was cracking up. And then obviously now it looks even funnier because of what happened today. So, but yeah, I'm sure you lot will talk to Mons on Big 6 Months about it. Taylor says, big up to Flawless. How about 156 GNA in the league? Hilarious. That's one of the funniest Man United I've ever done in my entire life. So shout out to, what was his name? You lot in the chat will know anyway. But he said 6. For those that don't know, he said the main 6 Manchester United attacking players are getting 156 goals and assists in the Premier League. I was like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Exactly my point. Yeah, that's what he said. That's because he talked.
That's something that would come out of Taz's mouth, bro.
He said Taz would even say that. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't say that.
I'm just joking, Taza.
See,
Chill out.
Talking about other people's mouths, bro.
He would
Pause,
say that.
bro. What the fuck is wrong with you?
He wouldn't say that.
man.
Then and that was the LFC for the double. So yeah, make sure you go check out the last Man United, the solo one. But that's what I have to deal with is people who believe those type of things. Jez, what you telling me though? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. What you guys saying?
Oh, blessed. Taza, you blessed and everything, yeah?
Yeah, bro.
Wait, can I say something?
Taza was crashing on me yesterday as well.
Go on, Ryan. I know you get stuff
I
off your chest.
think someone
Go on.
said to me before when I told him I was going on the stream that, are you going to go, bet you're going to go and rant on it. I was like, how can I rant? How can I rant about my club here? We literally went and agreed a £110 million fee with Brighton. Like, I don't see how I can rant about my club for actually showing ambition and trying to get a good play. It's not, apparently they kind of agreed terms with him,
Okay,
but apparently
here's what I
Chelsea
say
offered
is-
him.
Why would you not get them showing ambition? Why not do it earlier in the window?
That's what I kind of should get onto them for.
Yeah,
But in terms of
that's-
this, apparently Chelsea offered him increased wages this morning. That's what I heard too. And I'm like, and I think so. I heard someone say, "Why don't we match that?" And I'm like, I'm not gonna break my wage structure for him. Like, I'm not giving him Salah wages. Do you get what I mean? Like, I'm
I know
not
what
giving
you're
a
saying.
21-year-old Salah wages or Van Dijk wages or anything like that. The maximum I'd probably say his wages should be is like 200k. I'm not sure how much we were offering. Probably less in it. I'm not even sure what Chelsea were offering, to be honest. But I'm guessing it was big. But yeah. So I don't. We shouldn't really be giving him like mad wages like that either. So I don't really know, to be honest. But yeah, we probably, if we clearly wanted Caicedo, we probably should have done more groundwork in for him to get the player earlier on. But apparently his agent isn't helping things either. That's what I've heard as well. But
And I don't get just why not just pay the money for Lavia?
It's
That's
not
what I
even
don't
Olise.
understand.
It's not even just Caicedo now. Apparently Olise is set to be completed now as well, which is kind of crazy too.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? My drill is coming, inshallah.
Right.
My drill is coming. Go on, Seth. What are you saying, man? You good?
Let me just first an apology, right? An apology
Go
to
on.
Sarcasm City. Apology to Eddie and Don Dada in the chat last night. I was a disgrace last night. I allowed Mons, who I love as a brother, to insult my club and not answer back. Yeah, that's on me. Yeah, I will save the roasting of this Caicedo transfer because it's an if at the moment. But no Liverpool fan whose club we have been better than for the past 30 years is going to insult my club again. You Liverpool fans remind me of an old WWE wrestler who comes out every 6 years to have a retirement match and goes on. Yeah, I'm not having that, right? You know what? You can hold that. Suddenly, FSG out is trending again within 12 hours. Yeah, flip flop FC, bro. That's what you guys are. You're flip flops, yeah. Yeah. Who's your choice now if it doesn't go through, right? Who is it now? Who is it now? Yeah. By the way, I'm saying if. By the way, I still say if. I'm going on like that. But no Liverpool fan is going to do that. And that was my worst performance for a stream in Sarcasm City yesterday. That was my worst performance. It's not happening again. No, I will do this. You can, you know what? Other Chelsea, you can insult, if you insult my club, I'm going to protect them no matter if I think they're in the wrong, unless it's something wild, right? But I'm just, this is a learning example of waiting for a transfer to be confirmed by your club. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is what it is, right? Even David Ornstein now, the dagger is a blunt butter knife after for this transfer, right? It is blunt, right? Because he said it's going to go through no problem, right? All this transfer deadline nonsense. The only deadline is the transfer window deadline. Yeah, we're talking about £100 million or over. There's no deadline for £100 million or over transfer. You got your goddamn mind. It's like that. Listen, I will roast you Liverpool fans when it gets done. I'm going to Thanos you bitches. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm going to do this.
And Surfer, I think you're being too harsh on yourself in regards to saying, it was like your worst, like it was bad what you did. Sometimes, bad performance. Sometimes there's nothing to defend. And at that moment, you was right not to defend Chelsea because Chelsea were way off, like in the wrong at that moment in time. Bear in mind, if that was me, I would have done the same thing as you. If Manchester United were in that situation, I would have done the same thing. Sometimes you can't defend it, and everything you were saying in regards to where you were spot on was Chelsea need to respond, etc., etc. But yeah, go.
Stuff, it's just defending. I should have defended my club better in overall terms because it wasn't the thing coming at our club like the usual trope came out from months. We only started in 2005, even though we won more trophies than you in 33 years. But how far do you want to go back? Do you want to do the Arsenal thing? Do you know what I mean? And all this, like, now I'm hearing, like, Sam, I love Sam, but he go, why would you pick Chelsea? Caicedo's 21 years old. Who do you think's been the most successful club out of Liverpool and Chelsea in his 21 years on this earth? He doesn't know about frigging Kenny Dalglish, John Barnes in the 80s and stuff like that. He doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about that. Man's picking up Didier Drogba, Michael Essien and Claude Makelele and Frank Lampard. Those are his heroes. It's stuff like that. I will say this. You want to criticise Bodie, which I think is the easiest thing to do in this fan base, is criticise Bodie. But actually, he's had to step in now with Egbali to get this done. So where's the apologies? You've got the criticism for Bodie no matter what. Where's the apologies if they get this deal done? That they've had to step in. The only thing you can criticise them for, you want to take Winstanley out, no problem. I think Winstanley's better at scouting youngsters. But now you want to
Pause.
make there's no pause in that whatsoever.
pause.
It's
That's not pause.
It's not
Scouting
pause.
youngsters. Yeah, it's not.
It's not
Pause.
pause.
Yeah,
You
it's
just did a Tarzan there with the pause. You just did.
Yeah, it's
That's
not
not
Hey,
pause.
hey, see,
Uh,
you were doing well. Now, relax. buddy.
But what I'm saying is this, right? You don't want them. They actually promised to do what they did and step away and let someone else do the transfers, right? So they've stepped away. Now what you got to do, stand Winstanley down and get yourself a Paul Mitchell, Michael Edwards type, because you need a warrior in that who's got a reputation of doing this as well. This Paul Winstanley guy tried to out Brighton. He tried to out Brighton in negotiations. He tried to do that, bro. He's had 3 months to wrap this up, and then then the thing is, you forced the owners to pay this money now because you offered 100 million last night. So the owners have to do this transfer. No
Isn't he
matter how
from
big it
Brighton?
is, they have to do it. They have to do it, or else they're punks. They're bitches. They're punks.
What is
They
Chelsea's
punk.
bid going to be, though? Do you guys know?
I reckon it's going to be 115 to 120.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
The thing for me, and
I tell you
go
what,
ahead, Safa, bro. It's
probably
all right.
already been discussed, so I do apologise on for interrupting.
No, it's
But
not
we're
No
not
problem.
going
problem,
for
bro.
Tyler Adams anymore, and that was 20 million extra. So I presume it's coming from there. But then all this FFP nonsense doesn't make sense if we're going for Caicedo and Elise at the same time. Do you know what I mean? So I
Exactly.
don't know. This FFP is very confusing to me. How we're worried about FFP paying for Caicedo, but hey, do you know what? Let's drop another 45 bags on Elise at the same time. Do you know?
Exactly. I think you know what it is, Safa. You know what it is, Safa. I just think we just need to make sure we sell Gallagher and Chalobah. I think that's pretty much it. As long as we sell these guys by the end of the window, we should be fine, in my opinion. I think that might be just it. If I'm being honest, you
By
never
the way,
know.
I've clipped a load of Liverpool fans from last night. That's all. I've clipped them.
Well.
Coppish, mods on his rants, stuff like that. People on the terrace. So you better pray we don't get this done.
Oh, I got to shout out Kaz as well because he clipped. He had a montage
Oh, he did a
of
mod.
Liverpool
It
fans.
was a
His was jokes.
magnificent.
His was
The
very
end-
very
If
good.
you watch Never Felt anyway, but the start of the stream at the end of the stream, beautiful, absolutely beautiful the way it's done. But and Matisse's stream from last night having the dressing gown over his head in the morning to what happened if you watched it for us with his stream earlier today.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. This is how mad a transfer window is. The space
my
of 12 hours. Sorry, let's do this. Back to 36 hours. 2 fan bases have gone 360 twice. Liverpool fans. Remember we were on pro clubs and I was getting the reports and I was saying it. Liverpool
Yeah.
fans heads in the hands. Chelsea fans like thinking it's Christmas in July, right? Yesterday night, right? Yes, last night. Liverpool fans gassing and rightly so, and Chelsea fans going, "What the hell's going on?" 12 hours later, boom. Ahmed's my witness to this. I was on Lewis's stream in the morning, by the way, like early morning, not last night, like 4 in the morning.
5 a.m., bro.
Yeah, I didn't see that stream was still going. I was like,
But
Jesus.
the thing is this: I said right there, and I didn't clarify what I want. Like it had to be this. I needed a reaction. Yeah, I needed a reaction. None of this. Like, don't give me. We signed another Venezuelan kid at 14 years old and stuff like that. I don't need that. I needed a reaction. I was going if Caicedo, because I was like thinking Caicedo is 100% done with Liverpool. I need a deal. I need an announcement of Lavia and Kudus by 12 p.m. You know what I mean? Something like that. Now, if you want to go in for Caicedo, again, fine. But I needed that reaction. The fact that now, essentially, what it looks like last night is Paul Winstanley has called his 2 daddies in Egbali and Bowley and gone, please, can I bid 100 million? And they've gone, what do you mean? I thought you got this deal sorted 2 months ago. And they've had to step in. This is Enzo all over again for us. This is the Enzo deal all over again. They had to step in at the last minute to get it done. They don't want to do this. They do not want to do this. And what I will go back on the owners is, okay, you now need to hire a big dog. You now need to hire a lion in these negotiations.
Serious operator.
Michael Edwards, Paul Mitchell type, who's got the experience and the respect. Because Paul Winstanley, I've said it before, it's different negotiating for Brighton than it is Chelsea. You've gone from a bungalow to a skyscraper in terms of negotiations, right? That's what you've done. It's different. We keep saying it's a different type of negotiation with Chelsea than it is for Brighton. Yeah, It's just different. And he should. This is the whole point. You've got the back of the owner, so you should have the biggest balls when you go into negotiation for Chelsea. You shouldn't negotiate like you're still at Brighton and try and get something on the cheap. I would have actually preferred, if you don't rate Caicedo at 100 million, then walk away. Get your other targets.
You did say that.
Get
You said
your
that
other
yesterday.
targets. Get your other targets, bro.
Yesterday, yeah.
And get your other targets and then go back in for Caicedo. So at least you've helped Poch actually get started properly. Even if Caicedo is announced over the weekend, it was still behind because we haven't got him in. Do you know what I mean? He's not had much of a pre-season anyway. He's played like 45 minutes, maybe a full game in 2 different games. So it's like that, and then it's like, oh yeah, we'll get Elise in. That's fine, but he's injured. It doesn't make any difference. We're still, and then Pies tweeted out, the Chelsea guy Pies, we're going for an experienced forward. What is it? Is it FFP or can we spend whatever the fuck we want in this transfer window?
I can't lie to you, bro. Listen, I can't lie to you, man. Tyler, I can't lie to you, man. I'm gonna be very real on this one, yeah. Oh shit, I almost forgot my point. Where is it? When it comes to like the striker market, bro,
I'm in the lab experiment, I suppose.
No, it's not, bro. It's just, I've had like a crazy, bro. I've had a crazy.
Abid, start back from the top. It's okay. Rewind. Take a deep breath.
Like
start back from the side.
45 minutes last
You
night.
did it. Hey, Ahmed, what I want to say is, one, I am proud of you in the manner in which you did that and dealt with that whole situation in terms of streaming, hustling. Like, you was out there hustling. And welcome to the content creator life, man. That's what it is. When shit can just get thrown up and you just got to think on the fly. You know what I'm saying? And
Bro,
you think
you know,
streams ended, you're good to go, and then something else pops off. You know what I'm saying? But go on.
Literally, it's crazy, man, bro. You know, I went from like 390 subscribers. I'm like, I'm almost at 460, bro. It's like in like less than 12 hours. What happened? But no, I was talking about the striker market, yeah, and like, who do you go for at this point? Who's like an experienced striker? Like, I had initially thought about Yedda, but then
Mbappe.
no, I don't think it's not happening.
Man said Mbappe.
Yedda. I heard about Ben Yedda, and then obviously today some crazy shit came out about him that he's going to court. So lock it off, man. Lock it off, mate. That one. And then obviously,
Who's going court?
Yeah, Ben Yedda's going court for the R word. Relax, man. Yeah, Taremi, I've heard. I know that Matisse has been saying.
Wait, he's getting arrested for saying retarded.
No. He did. You are wild, boy, Jess. I need to put that thing flawless, bro. You need to actually put that thing flawless, bro. You know what I mean? The views are
I'm just
playing.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I just tried to lift up the mood.
No.
Hey, like it says in the caption on the channel, people, and everywhere else, if you're easily offended, this channel's not for you.
You need that Lewis thing pop up. You know he's got the thing now. The views of the panel are not of my own.
Oh yeah, I've got that. I already stole that from him. Yeah, I fully stole his here. You know what I'm saying? And I fully stole that from him. Big up to Eddie as well. When I seen that, I was like, yeah, I need that. Shout out Lewis.
Yeah,
go on,
honestly,
Ahmed, carry on.
Yeah, obviously there's Taremi, who's like, I think he's 31, 32-ish. He obviously scored a bicycle kick against us. That's what I think most people remember about him as of recently in the UCL, on our way to the UCL. Yeah, that was like 3 years ago, obviously. But I don't know who else after that. Like, what I don't know. You're violating, bro. Relax. You know what I'm saying?
Carry on.
I don't know who else. Generally, like, I don't know, guys. Like, Jazz usually is the one that he knows the man. Them like, you got any ideas?
It depends what Chelsea is looking for, isn't it? Like,
they're saying experienced and old. So I'm assuming it has to be something
what do we consider old? Because Chelsea's been chasing the under 21s and. You know what I'm saying? So, old could be 25 and older.
Yeah, old could be 25. You're right still. That's a valid point.
I want to see 28, 29, 30. Something like that. Around about
How old is Vlahovic?
You know,
How old is Vlahovic?
He's like 24, 23.
23, 24.
Yeah, I suppose he's experienced though, because he's played in Serie.
Yeah, we need a designated driver and a striker. That's what we need.
Designated driver.
But the thing is, bro, like, even if you bring in Ulisse, right, bro, yeah, like, we still, I think Surfer said this right. We need someone else after that because that brother's not available until October. So, listen, I'm sorry to say this, like, I cannot see Sterling, bro. Like, that brother was, I don't know if he's seen this flawless yet.
Bro, he can still do a job for you if you get it.
What did I not see? Go on, Ahmed. What did I not see?
Yesterday they were doing preparations for what's it called, Liverpool, and they were showing Sterling's. What's it called? What do you call it?
Stepovers.
And like my own dad, yeah, texted me. He never texted me about football, yeah. He said to me, I can do better stepovers than this guy, and I'm 55 years old.
This is the thing.
Oh
This is the
my
thing, right? This is the thing. Step overs or not, I don't care because Lukaku's got step overs like an old gate. You know what I mean? It's one of those.
Oh,
It's
jeez,
like-
Louise, mate.
But I don't care. Put the ball in the back and all this step over. This is the same thing with like a João Felix. Oh, he does a good flick and a run and runs to nothing. Step overs don't mean shit unless it goes to something. Do you know what I mean? Put the ball. Do you know what? Do two tapping goals on Sunday, Sterling. I don't give. You can do step overs the rest of your goddamn career at the bridge. That's all I care. Do you know what I mean? That's the whole point. I think what you got to realise, all Chelsea fans listening and watching, he will start Sunday. You have no doubt about it. He will start Sunday, and you've got to face reality when it comes to that. You're probably going to see Gallagher start, even though he might leave.
That might be Gallagher's last game, you know. Unironically,
Maybe.
Liverpool.
But
Gallagher's
what I'm
last
saying
game.
what I'm saying
Crazy.
is you're going to have to accept that unless Sterling does, and it's a possibility by the way, unless Sterling mucks up the first 3 games where he does that, and there's a last minute bid to Saudi or something, he's going to be here this season at least. So you're just going to have to accept it. That's what it is. And while you can criticise his performance, fine. But unless you get stories about him leaving, there's no point even going, get him out of the club or something like that. Out of the team,
I
no
know,
problem.
bro.
But we're on about he wants experience, and he'll probably go to Sterling because he's got the experience. So it's one of those things. It's up
He's
to
lost his face.
it's up to Madueke, Elisa, whoever the hell was on that right side to displace him. That's what it is. It's on them to do so.
No, you're right.
And then he's got to earn
100%.
his right back in the team.
He's definitely on there. Large up everyone that's tapped in. Large up, before you go, Victor, one sec. Over 90 of you lot in the building. Let's share this across the socials. Let's get back over 100 people in here as well. Hit that like button. Only at 48 likes. Let's get us up to 70 likes, people. We can do much better than that. Mods, get everyone in the chat, hitting that like button. Make sure you subscribe. We are closing in on 7,600 subscribers as well. And continue to get your questions in particular members. If you're a member of the channel, you don't have to be on the Caicedo situation. You may have a question
Can I say
about
something
something else. So make sure, yeah, of course. Give me 1 second. Yes, people. So get your questions in. Hit the subscribe button and make sure you subscribe to Ahmed's channel at the Bridge 258, which I'm gonna make. These got a lot of content over there just from yesterday alone. So make sure you check that out. I'm gonna add the link in the title as well. Go on, Ryan. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I think from coming, I forgot to say this earlier on, but I think because I said I was prepared for this whole thing with Caicedo from this morning, because I went to bed last night when I heard Fabrizio say it's not over. Let's see how Chelsea react. I was like, yeah, this might be a bit of a sticky one. Then I woke up and saw Chelsea might be preparing another bid. I was like, shit. But at that time, I still thought we'll probably still get it over the line. It's more likely, but I was still like, ew. But where I looked and I thought, oh, we might be in trouble here, was Klopp's press conference. A lot of people didn't pick up on it, but Klopp's, when he went in for his, because Fabrizio tweeted earlier on today that before Klopp's press conference, he's going to speak with Caicedo on the phone. And whether that happened, I don't know, but it might have happened. But Klopp got asked about Caicedo in his first question in the press conference, and Klopp said the deal's agreed between both clubs. And people are getting onto him for that, but he's just telling the truth. The deal was, so I don't see the harm. But then he said, but there's no agreement with the player. I don't know what he's like. I don't know what's going to happen there. I don't know anything about a medical, etc. And just the way he was speaking and the way I looked at his mood throughout, I was like,
do you know
there
where
might
it
be
is,
some
Ryan?
issue
Do you know what
here.
I think about that, Ryan? And I honestly believe this. Because usually clubs agree personal terms first, right?
Yeah, and normally that's what Liverpool do.
That's what I'm talking about. I think he was under the impression it was done, right? Everything was done, medical booked, stuff like that. Because I don't think he comments on the deal if all of it's agreed. No, like Poch didn't comment.
But the thing is, I don't mind him actually saying the deal's agreed between both clubs, because that is true. The deal did get agreed between both clubs.
Look at his body. Everyone loves to be.
But his body language looked a bit sus to me. I didn't. Yeah,
no, but I think he got the news. Like, I think he was under the impression everything is on its way, it's done, and then he's probably got told, well, actually, we're still trying to agree personal terms.
But this is what I think happened personally. This is what I think happened. I think that the deal got agreed, and I do think Klopp probably did speak to Caicedo before his press conference, but probably didn't get what he wanted to hear. He probably wasn't too happy with, maybe, there was, clearly, because after the press conference, it started to come out Caicedo's preference was Chelsea. So I'm guessing that call probably didn't go well with Klopp at the end of the day. And that's why he was a bit...
You got to bear in mind.
Because I know my manager in it, and I know that if, let's say, everything had been fine, he'd spoken to Caicedo, personal terms were all agreed, etc. He wouldn't be saying that in this press conference, but he'd be a lot happier. You could be telling that he'd be in a good mood, etc. And he'd be excited and cracking jokes. But when I saw the way he was, I was like, there's something wrong here. And the way he was answering the Caicedo question, I was like,
Right,
there's
you've
something a bit wrong
You've
here.
also got to remember, and you've probably seen it, we've actually gone in with improved terms for Caicedo.
Yeah, that's what happened, yeah.
Terms as well.
I said that earlier on.
So
You
he
offered
had
him better
personal terms
wages.
He's had personal terms agreed with us for 3 months.
Mm.
And we've actually gone in and told him to hold it and offered him more to actually to say no. So we've actually done that. So I don't know how much more we've offered, and I don't really care how much we've offered. If he wants to come to us for money, good. It's a job. I don't care. Just do your job on the pitch. And I know you're going to bring up that comment from Paul Turney about
Yeah, we're going to get to that because he's the mate.
My response to that is the context of Enzo. Enzo was played as a defensive midfielder for the second half of the season. So Enzo's true potential has not been unlocked yet, or potential crap.
You know what, man?
It's not been unlocked yet with a proper defensive midfielder. Let's see what he does now when there's no excuse when he's got a defensive midfielder there and he doesn't have to be that defensive. Let's see what he can do. I think Caicedo, why I thought it was a brilliant move for Liverpool, Caicedo, and it still might happen, by the way, so let's just say
Surf allow it helps.
It helps, though, if he does go to Liverpool, it helps with the Trent thing if he goes into midfield.
Yeah.
Because Caicedo can stay back and go and even play right back. We saw him last season for Brighton, play right back. So he's, if it's the biggest word in transfers, by the way. If it's the biggest word. Mm-hmm. By the way, can I just say, for my bitterness and pettiness, I hope Amrabat gets hijacked, but that's just me. In the deal.
Surfer wants somebody else to feel that. He wants somebody else to feel that.
I hope if we don't go for Lavia, I hope Liverpool go back to Southampton and Southampton say, "Oh, you've got the piece now, 65 million." Just me. They now know they've got the money, right?
Yeah, that's true.
They now know they've got the money. So you bidding 3 times, still under 45 million, is madness. But
everyone should know Liverpool had the money. I've been saying for ages when people saying we can't afford Lavia, I was like, we can. I was saying Liverpool have the money. They have a lot more than what you think. I've been saying that all along, and this showed it at the end of the day. So,
Ryan, do you think this means Jude rejected you?
Possibly, yeah. Possibly. I ain't going to deny it. Yeah, the Jude thing's still up unclear, but yeah, I'm not going to deny it. He probably did choose Madrid. I'll be honest. Yeah.
That's fair. And Paul just said to this, obviously, this is what Surfer was referring to. He says, do you think Caicedo is a guarantee to do well at Chelsea? Like Enzo, 100 million did little or nothing, a lot to prove this season. I believe Enzo does have a lot to prove. Of course, he was in an absolute terrible predicament, but that's on his silly self for putting himself in that predicament. He should have just waited till the summer and then move. Because was he not at Benfica? You were at that point, we're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, with it, or the first?
Yeah, the table.
Yeah, did they end up winning that league? Who won the Portuguese league last season?
Benfica won the league, yeah. They won the league.
So it's so he was in a title race, and I'm presuming he was in a title race at the point. But yeah, he does have a lot to prove because he's 100 M's. But yeah, I think whoever Paul is getting, Caicedo is getting a top quality player. He's quality, 110% for the age he's at. You look at the attributes, you look at what the level he's at right now, and then you look at the levels he could go to with better players around him in a better team, better system. Here's the steal. Whether Liverpool get him or Chelsea get him, he improves both of their sides and improves.
Bro, he's going to Chelsea, man. This deal is off with us. I'm surprised we ain't pulling out. I don't know why we ain't pulling out yet, but I think it's going to Chelsea.
Right. People thought it was done yesterday to Liverpool.
Yeah, but he wants Chelsea, and Chelsea are going to bid higher, to be honest.
Cool.
Unless Liverpool... Same way
Jez wants Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? And wanting and actually happening is a whole different conversation. Same way Cam wants Selena Gomez. You know what I'm saying?
I said this earlier on. If let's say somehow Caicedo does end up at Liverpool, I don't want him if the only reason we've got him is because Chelsea didn't match the bid or Brighton didn't accept the bid or whatever. I don't want him if that's the case. The only reason where I'll welcome him at the club, if he does join, is if he changes his mind, for example, and But I literally do not want him. If I don't want to be his second choice.
You're right. I agree with that because you shouldn't want any player. Yeah,
110 million on a player I don't want him if that's the case.
I agree with you. The point that I'm making is personal terms. You lot could go and offer him the big bag, which turns his head. Say for example, Chelsea are offering 200k a week. Let's say Chelsea are. So you telling me you don't think he's worth? Say they're offering 200k a week.
200k is the maximum I'd pay. I said
no.
I've said 200k is the maximum I'd pay for it.
The point I'm making is say Chelsea are offering, and then you go, all right, we'll give you 230. That could turn his head.
Yeah, it could.
That could be it. That's the point I'm making. If we've not learned anything from this past 12, 24 hours, is nothing is for certain. People gotta relax.
I don't think Liverpool do that though.
Stop jumping out the window. I'm not
saying
they
found it hard enough to give Mo Salah 350k.
But if we was having this conversation 36 hours ago, and I say at Liverpool gonna offer 110 million for Caicedo, you would have been adamant. You would have had the same energy. So there's no chance. No way we do this. Expect the unexpected. Nobody, not just you. Nobody would have thought that. Nobody thought that. Nobody. I agree with you. I think it'll be Chelsea, and I said that before this happened. But if there's something that we need to learn is expect the unexpected. Is the point. This deal is not done yet. Does he look like he's more leading towards Chelsea? Yes, I agree with. But it's not a done deal because Liverpool, like they've just offered 110 million out of the blue, could say, you know what, we'll make you one of the highest paid players. Not saying that's right or wrong. That's a whole different conversation.
I don't think they should.
I'm saying they could. Yeah, that's what point I'm making is. That's why I said it doesn't. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. That's a whole different conversation. I'm saying it's a possibility because Liverpool have shown with this we are willing to step away from normal procedures. That's what
I know this. Yeah, I'm shocked. Liverpool. When I saw that figure from Fabrizio and Ornstein, I was shocked.
Shocked.
I had to check they weren't fake accounts or anything. I was like,
I couldn't believe it because you lot don't do that. So the point I'm making is you could do that now. It wouldn't surprise me if it broke out on the show. Yeah, Liverpool offer him 250k a week or offer him double whatever Chelsea are offering.
It's just surprising to me that we haven't pulled out yet. When I heard that he's literally told us that he's rejected us and want Chelsea, I'm just a bit shocked we haven't pulled out. We should pull out. I think we should.
That tells me. You know what that tells me? You still think there's a chance. Liverpool still think there's a chance.
Yeah, normally I'd expect Liverpool, if a player doesn't want them, especially for 110 million, to just pull out. But
I get you.
But I think
if I were them, I would pull out, but I don't know if they will.
Yeah, go on, Alam.
But I think from Liverpool's standpoint, they're going to stick around until a deal is agreed with Chelsea. Because, let's say theoretically, what if Chelsea and Brighton can't come to an agreement?
Mm-hmm.
But then would the club still want him, even though he doesn't really want us? Let's just be real.
Yes.
I think the fact that they're there, that means yes.
Huh? That's legit what it is. I get your point.
I wouldn't be too happy with it, but
I agree. No, I agree with you in that sense. But I'm talking in terms of Liverpool. Yeah, that's why you are sticking around because there is no guarantee Chelsea and Brighton saw that deal. Do I think they will? If I was a betting man,
I think they will.
Yes, but we'll see. Oh, what are you saying, Alam? Thoughts on this whole crazy situation?
Oh, it's craziness. I did not expect to wake up to this. I was supposed to have a busy morning, and then everything got canceled. And then I checked my phone, and this was happening. So, all things considered, my morning was very different than I expected. I think just like the briefings that Fabrizio put out this morning are the thing is what I'm most surprised by in terms of Caicedo digging his heels in and kind of like doing his part in getting the move to Chelsea. I just didn't expect that. I expected Chelsea to come back with big money. But yeah, I didn't think it would be like that because everybody's talking about the whole, he followed Chelsea post by Fabrizio, right? And like, it's dumb as hell. But the point is like, somebody compelled him to put that out, right? Like I don't know if he followed Chelsea recently or whether that's true or not. But the point is like somebody.
I've heard he's followed Chelsea for months on Instagram.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well. But the point is like Fabrizio's not making some shit up either, right? Like somebody told him to put that out. Like there is a side on Caicedo's, like somebody on Caicedo's side that's trying to get this done to Chelsea. So that part of it is really surprising to me. It makes you wonder, like with Liverpool's approach, what exactly was the plan? Because I think they could have done everything they did just a little bit more quietly.
Yeah, I hear that. Everyone's been mad public. That's what I don't get anymore. Why everyone's just hella public with what's going on.
It just didn't have to be like this. I understand everything that they did. They're just like, there's no point in doing it this publicly if you're not at a place where like we're booking a medical and we know that the guy is showing up.
It's so strange though, because Liverpool just randomly coming in for him in the last couple of days was weird, because I've heard people say, was Lavia a smokescreen for him or something? I'm like, no, because we were putting in bids for Lavia, so clearly it wasn't a smokescreen at the end of the day. I don't know why we just randomly came in for him in the last couple of days.
It might have been a response to the Lavia stuff. I think they might have said, you know what, fuck it. They're playing with us with Lavia. Let's play with back. Them. Let's go play back. I think
even if they get Caicedo, we force them to overpay for him. Because that's what, if you get Caicedo, you didn't want to pay 100 million at first. You're going to have to pay about 120 now.
I think you pushed the price up 20. I think we probably would have got him for around 90 had Liverpool not come in, right? Because I think here's the thing. I think the Caicedo's stance of kind of digging his heels in makes Chelsea's approach to this, like, it contextualizes it a little bit, because you can see clearly, like, Chelsea's whole stance was, yo, we're going to get the guy anyways, right? Nobody's going to go get him in front of us. So fuck it. Let's just lowball. At some point, they'll have to take it. They did not expect anybody to come in with a big offer, but they felt like even if someone does, we got him anyways. Like, we have his head turned. We've been working on this for 3 months. He's coming here. So we're just going to try to get the price as low as we possibly can. This offer came out of nowhere. Literally not a soul thought that Liverpool would show up with 110, right? But even if that happened, like, there seems to be some type of safeguard with Caicedo still wanting to be at Chelsea. So it's like that kind of adds the context. But yeah, like, you can see that they did not see this as possible. This is the way it shocked us. It shocked them.
But this is what I actually think might have happened. We were fully in for Lavia, and we were hoping to compromise probably with Southampton to get him for less than 50, which was stupid because that was always Southampton's plan to get 50 mil. But then Chelsea coming with the 48, what that did was kill any chance of a compromise with Southampton at the end of the day, because then you have to go to 50. So Liverpool went in for Caicedo with two things, thinking, all right, we'll actually try to get him because we really like him and we really rate him highly. So we'll try and pay the money to get him. Or if it doesn't, that forces Chelsea at the end of the day to pay way more than what they wanted to in the first place. So
no, exactly, we either get the player or we punched back at Chelsea one way or another. We did something we wanted to do.
One thing that I will say, is that, you know, after the stuff we've done, after what happened, obviously, with the Lavia stuff, and now this Caicedo, hopefully he does come to us, right? I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea, like, out of spite, did, like, try to get Lavia. I wouldn't be surprised if the club did something, like, out of spite, just to get Lavia off Lavia and Caicedo, essentially. And then, then it's peak for Liverpool.
If you go get both, that's crazy. That is crazy.
And then, like, literally, Tyler Adams going to Brighton, like, we would literally be saying, you can't mess with us, essentially.
So that's the thing. I forget who it was, but somebody reported that pulling out of the Tyler Adams deal, that was us kind of like throwing Brighton a bone. And this was before anything broke about Brighton going in for Adams. And then that happened, which leads me to believe that that's true. There was probably some communication in the negotiations. Like, look, if you guys are going to if you guys wanted Tyler Adams, you guys can have him. We'll give you the free run at him. Like, let's get this deal done. It makes sense altogether.
Yeah, no, definitely 110%. It's crazy. Big up to Matthew as well. Says big up Flawless in the panel. Isn't it great that transfer saga actually doesn't include Manchester United? That's one thing I've realized, Matthew, is this what it's like for fans of other clubs when it's us. This is mad entertaining when it's not involved. Like, any drama that's not your drama is mad entertaining.
Yo, you guys win either way. You guys can tell somebody to hold it regardless.
Bro, it's so fun.
The tears even the tears even side with jokes. Like, the tears on both sides. So the Chelsea tears yesterday, and then like Months and the rest of the Liverpool fans tears. Actually, Ryan actually not emotional about it. I've seen
Liverpool fans Photoshop Caicedo's face into Lavia's face and have like him standing next to stuff.
My God,
Oh my God.
Black Diamond stuff like this. You got, and all these things is there. Hassan was chanting, "We're gonna win the league at 2 a.m." What idiot? You know what I'm saying?
Did you see him on Never Foul today?
Nah, I didn't. Was he talking? I bet he was talking.
No, he was actually saying the exact same stuff he was saying about Jude when the initial Jude Real Madrid stuff broke. He was like, "Look, it's not done yet. We don't know that it's done yet. We don't know for sure what's going on. Right? He's not in the shirt yet." Just like he was, I remember because I watched those videos. It was the exact same words. If somebody goes back and finds that first Battle of the North when I think the initial news broke that Jude was heading to Real Madrid. I think word for word he was saying the same shit. But bro, he looked shook, and like everyone in the comments was like, "Yo, he's gonna go cry in the car afterwards," and he's like, "No, I'm." He was trying to play it down, but you could just visibly see he was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, you know what it is, man. You know what it is. Like you got. Listen, man. You have to remain calm in it. Yesterday, I was being very honest. I was saying, obviously, I'm very disappointed. Didn't do the crazy stuff that I usually do. I'm saying usually. I kept calm and I mean, inshallah, we're not saying God's now. Let He bless me after that. And that's it. Because
I get what you're saying, but yeah, him saying we're gonna win the league before man's even put the shirt on is crazy. It's just crazy. It's not a surprise, but that's just crazy. Bear in mind, you would need more than Caicedo. Is that a massive step in the right direction? Yes.
We at least need one centre back.
But still
even
more.
If we got Caicedo.
You need more. Yeah, that's the thing.
I'd say we ideally need. I'd say we ideally need 2 midfielders and 2 centre backs. If I'm being honest with you, and without to be fair, if we not get Caicedo now, which we're not getting him now, we have the money to probably do that now. That's the thing. We've just shown we just got £110 million bid on someone. Like
you know what? I think. You know what I think though about Liverpool. No, I look at Liverpool as the club that they only spend a certain amount for a player when they generally believe it's worth it to pay it. Therefore, Caicedo.
Jez, I completely agree with you, but the fact is, people are always like, Liverpool can't afford this. They don't have money. Liverpool have money. This just showed it at the end of the day.
I feel a lot of people know that the issue is that Liverpool never show like they actually put all the money. That's the issue.
Your fans are like, sorry, your board are like Arsenal's board. I know they started recently spending.
Oh yeah, but we all know before that Arsenal's board were really stingy with it. Yeah.
No, that's what I mean. They only spend when they're really forced to, right? They only spend. Listen, your 2 transfers are release clauses this summer, right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
And even the Schlotterby one, I don't care how I said it. It's a weird name. Schlotterby one
is talking about. It's called good.
I'm going to call him Schloz. So Schloz was. I think there was was it a time sensitive release clause as well?
Yeah, we triggered it on the day that it was actually going.
Right, so
expire,
you were forced to do that release clause, right? Because if it went past, you would have had to.
Yeah, because exactly.
Yeah, and McAllister, and that's what an agent does do. A brilliant £35 million release clause. I think McAllister, me, is a good player.
McAllister handled that really well because he is getting this whole gentleman's verbal agreement bullshit. The guy got it in writing at the end of the day.
That's for clowns. That shit is for clowns.
Exactly. The guy got it in writing, which is what you do.
That's why Kudus isn't going. One of the reasons Kudus is not signing for Brighton is
because
he wants a release clause. Yeah. And that's fine because he knows if he balls out there, they're going to charge like double.
Oh yeah.
So
he doesn't want to have to clear his locker out in the middle of training. You know, like he sees he sees what that's like. He doesn't want any parts of that.
Which made me mad at this whole the whole negotiation from Chelsea is that we made this guy, apart from putting a transfer request, not show up for training, clear his locker out, come to London and stay in a hotel, on a plate waiting to sign, and now we're doing this. That's what makes me mad about this whole thing, is that we've actually done this. And like I said, going back to the Liverpool thing, I don't know what if this Caicedo goes through to Chelsea, I don't know what you do. I think you go back for Lavia.
Spend big money.
I don't know if you bid over 50 or you may be forced to bid over.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see. To be honest,
okay, I don't know. So let's say Southampton. Go ahead.
Just quickly, they're just showing pictures of like Kane in Bayern Munich at Bayern right now.
Has he arrived in Germany?
Yeah, I saw all the pictures of him taking the flight.
Yeah, apparently trying to get him ready for the game tomorrow. They're trying to get him to play the game tomorrow, bro. They're trying to get him to play the DFP.
Yo, they wanted to win a trophy.
You know how crazy it is that Harry Kane, one of the best strikers and players in the world, it's been overshadowed by this Caicedo situation. Like, he is going to Bayern. It's like huge.
It's crazy.
Nobody really gives too much shit about Bayern like that. Like, this Caicedo thing has been way bigger because also how much money, and you have 2 English clubs literally going for the British record fee as well. Like,
but Jez, did you read the conspiracy theory about Daniel Levy didn't want him to play in tomorrow's game because he didn't want to.
I did hear that, but I thought that was bullshit. To be honest,
that's what I mean. He didn't want a visual of Harry Kane lifting the trophy. What? So you just wait 9 months till he lifts the league? You're going to see a visual then.
Well,
Right?
so- that's what I'm saying.
Wait,
It's
what
just what I'm
trophy
saying
is
that
it
it's-
anyway? What
it-
trophy
it's-
Like
is
the
it?
German Super Cup.
For me, it doesn't matter. Like, obviously, if he does play tomorrow, fuck it, he could have not played tomorrow, and I still think Bayern won that game tomorrow. So
Right, but
it's
what
the
is the point?
community. It's the community shit.
What's the point when he's going to probably? You know what? I'm not even a strong prediction for this. Bayern win the title, and I think he breaks Lewandowski's record next season as well.
I mean,
It's
I
like
could
the
see
double.
it. I could see it.
Is it 40? Was it 41 goals? 41 goals, league goals. You can see it, right? I can see it.
This guy just got 30 Premier League goals for that Spurs team, bro. You're
Right,
telling me he can't get
Oh, yeah,
more
I forgot,
than
Ryan.
that?
I forgot your Harry Kane fan club. Yeah, I forgot
Bro,
about
Bro, this guy's got Musiala behind him, bro.
I don't disagree. I
bro,
just
I've
know
been
your Harry
getting
Kane
onto
fan
Kane
club. Look at the way
recently.
you're lit up, man. Yeah,
Bro, I was getting
this
onto
guy's
Kane
happy
yesterday.
as
I was
shit.
sweet. When I
I'm
heard
saying,
you might be
You
saying
know what it
that
is,
Spurs,
yeah.
I was
No,
like,
but about
I
all
was
this,
calling
though,
him an idiot on Twitter and stuff
I get
yesterday
that.
when I
It's
heard
still
he might
Harry
be
Kane
saying
fan
that
club, though.
Spurs.
Don't get it wrong.
But
I
you
do
know-
agree with Surface comment, though. I can see him breaking the record.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not
I
surprising.
think it's a fantastic move for him. I don't care what people think about. Oh, he's not
It's
staying in
definitely
the
a great
Premier
move
League.
for
He's going
No, it's a-
to
it's a
his
good-
league.
it's a
Fuck
good
off,
move.
man. This is a great move for him, man. I
No,
don't care what anyone says.
it's a good move. That's Bayern transfer record, and they have a strong policy about signing 30-year-olds. Like, they only say that they only want to give, if they're signing guys that are like 30 and older, they
It's
want
a
to give
4-year
them
deal,
only
right?
Yeah,
Is it a 4-year
and
deal?
the policy there is that they only want to give these guys 2-year deals. So they're even breaking their policies just to get Kane. And so
I'm sorry, you do it for Harry Kane, bro. You break.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and
you
this
gotta
is the
do
thing,
that
like,
sometimes
and
for
you gotta
players
remember,
like
like,
that.
Yes,
didn't Tuchel wanted him at Chelsea?
Bro, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
want
Yeah.
Tuchel. I don't. Guy, you're talking about Tuchel who wants a goalkeeper you bench for 18 months. Do you know? I don't.
I mean,
want
true, but
Tuchel,
still.
you know what I mean?
So I mean,
Like,
well, see, my point was
Yo,
more.
that's bad.
My point was more so that he's been chasing him for a long time. So no, bro, I'll be
no,
honest.
he
like,
wants to get rid of Kimmich. I don't know what this guy wants. You know what I mean?
Hey, let's not
I
speak
found-
on that
I
guy,
found-
man.
apparently, that's not really true like that. I know that he wants to get rid of Goretzka, that bumper. That's for another day. But
Hey, man,
no,
I can't lie
I'll
to
be
you,
honest.
but Tuchel's talent ID, Jez. Tuchel's talent ID, though, Jez.
Hey man, like I said,
Hours,
man.
Hey, big up Cam in the chat as well. I see you, family. Big up Cam.
By the way,
in the
Harry
chat.
Kane. The Harry Kane deal is not a thumbs up to Tuchel's talent ID. It's bloody Harry Kane.
100%.
So again,
You know
bro,
what I mean?
like,
It's-
oh.
it's-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
but
just
now-
for everyone, we had the conversation with briefly yesterday. We was discussing it more than briefly on the Man United podcast. It's a great move for him. This whole thing about him just going there to win a Bundesliga that I don't count is just absolute stupidity. Because if he would have went to Manchester City and won the Premier League, those people saying that about the Bundesliga wouldn't be saying that about him winning a league title at City. And it's the same thing. Same way Bayern Munich have dominated in the past 5-6 years in Germany is the exact same as Manchester City have done in the Premier
Bro,
League.
and
There is no
also, if
difference.
you think about it, Flawless, they probably were anyway, but they're at least in top 4 for Champions League.
I was going to say
Oh, yeah,
that.
definitely.
I personally still think that we're anyways in the top 5 anyway, because I just don't rate
No,
the
but
Champions
even
League
now,
anyway
if
in
you-
terms
if
But they
he
of.
are.
stays-
But
Yes, if he
it
stays-
strengthens
For that time,
it strengthens
Sorry.
it strengthens their position definitely. But see, this is the thing that I say is like with this move there, I agree 100%. Like I see Spurs fans say, "How can you leave the Premier League for the Bundesliga, where they won 13 in a row?" But again, maybe for him, first and foremost, to all those stupid Tottenham fans that trying to blame Levy for accepting 100 million bid for a guy that has 1 year left. You
Brilliant
dumb
business.
fucks. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a
That's
fuck.
brilliant business. 100 M's for
But
someone out.
apparently, it's not confirmed yet because it's definitely 100 mil, but apparently it goes up to 120 million pounds.
But Jez, you know
So-
what happened, right? You know what happened, Jez, right?
Yeah.
It was all Daniel Levy's fault why Harry Kane did. You know what happened? Daniel Levy pulled his punk card. He pulled Kane's punk card and made him decide, right? Because it was all about Levy wouldn't accept 85 million or something like that. He wouldn't accept it. He pulled his punk card and he made Kane choose. Because if Kane stayed, it wasn't going to be Levy's fault because Levy accepted it. Levy accepted it right there. So you can't even have you can go against Levy on other things. I understand that Spurs fans. So I hope he stays.
But this one I don't get it.
But you pulled his punk card. You made Harry Kane choose from because if he would have stayed, as great as a player he is,
a lot of people would have and it would have proved my point even stronger to a lot of people that I was saying that it's not the club that was holding him back in terms of winning trophies. It was never to begin with. I don't care what anybody tells me. It was never the club. If he really want, he could have left the club earlier if he wanted to. If he was pushing for it hard, more than he did before. But that's for another day. I mean, he's gone now. I mean, I said this already in like a different group chat. My opinion about him as a player doesn't change if he wins the Bundesliga. Like, I don't think a Bundesliga makes me believe that he's not a greater footballer. For me, that my opinions, and this is where we had a lot of discussion. But my opinions are Champions League,
I know exactly.
and even the poker games. How do you step up in these games? Do you actually perform in these games? Can you be the difference maker, especially in the Champions League? Can you be the difference maker? Of this is then where I can take my ratings of you higher or lower. Because if you know in Munich and you still can't do it to a certain level, then I have to put my rankings lower about you. Then you're just not the type of guy that can lead a team to win. Yeah, you can lead definitely Bayern to a Bundesliga, but can you lead them to?
And just that's what I like so much about the move, because we was discussing it yesterday on the United Arsenal show actually, and I was saying that in regards to there's now no excuses for this man in the Champions League. You now have a team around you. You now have a manager. You're now surrounded by certain quality. You are now one of the teams that is one of the favourites for the competition. Whether you have them top 5, top 3, Bayern Munich are always consistently in the latter stages. Yes, their squad needs improvement. They haven't been at their very best, but they're still going to be in and around the latter stages of the Champions League quarterfinals, semi-finals. I'm going to be watching. Because we about to find out how good you are. No excuse. And it's not just this season. I'm saying his entire run. I'm not saying, if they fall short this season, Kane's no good, and all that. I'm saying, say he's there for 4 years. I'm going to judge him off them 4 years in the Champions League. But guess what? They don't necessarily have to win it. He has to perform. And that's outside of just goals and assists. Even, of course, you need to get goals and assists, but I'm saying perform. So even if Bayern Munich go out to someone, it's like, all right, Kane over these 2 legs was the guy. You can't be disappearing now, because that whole safety net of Spursy, Spurs tax, team not good enough, Levy, Spurs DNA, you are Bayern Munich now. You are a huge football.
Can I get something back? Yeah.
Can I just, on a side note, with Kane, first of all, in Casual FC, we did a fantasy Premier League draft, and real Chris, you can hold that because he selected Harry Kane, so you can hold that real quick.
I don't know.
Second of all, with Fantasy Premier League now, guys, do I take Maddison out of my team because I was banking on him getting a lot of assists with Kane in the team?
I still keep him in because he can score goals.
So keep him in, Jed. I'll keep him in.
I'm keeping him in because he might even become penalty taker for us. Who knows? Like him, son.
Oh, did you get number 10 now, Jed? Did you get number 10?
He's 100%. Like we still haven't confirmed his number. He was waiting for. I do like
Postecoglou's response. He said, "Did you hear his response? I'll abbreviate it." He said, "There was no point me pitching anything to Harry Kane." Is what he said, right? It's what he said. He was going to stay, or he was going to go. I wasn't going to convince him to stay, or something like that, right? And I admire that, man.
If you think I was the guy that was going to stop him from going to Bayern Munich,
but just the thing though, like for me, just one thing.
Postecoglou made him stay.
But you know what the thing is here with both Postecoglou is here, and even today when people were asking about Kane and stuff, like I feel like he's just handling these press conferences very well.
I like him a lot, man. I do like him.
For me, it's like he definitely feels like a manager that can really do something here if you just really give the time. But it's just this toxic fan base that loves to just know if you lose to Brentford or draw to Brentford, then you just know what it is like. And apparently we have 4 out of our 5 games are away, which doesn't help whatsoever. And the home game is against Man United. So
here's the thing, Jez, right? If you don't replace Kane with either and it's hard anyway because the striker market is there, right? But if you don't replace him with at least 2 attackers, whether it's another set of wingers and you put Son up there or up there by himself or something like that, then I don't want to hear anything going against Postecoglou because he's been dealt a bad hand.
Yeah,
that's where you do go on Levy. You do go on Levy with how the response is now, how they spend that money.
Exactly. And the manager, what I like about the manager is, unlike the previous manager, I will not say his name. He's actually saying in Spurs press conferences, in interviews, Mickey van der Ven. Yeah, it's a great signing, but I still need another centre back. We're still looking for another striker. We're still looking for another midfielder. He's been really direct about things, and he's making it known. And he knows probably that and he's talking about how he doesn't have any insurances that these things will happen. And he's also talking about that guys have to leave the football club. So he's just been very direct and honest, and I think I just liked about the managers to just, instead of just pushing it around and just trying to kick people in the background and just trying to act like they don't have any sort of power, just don't like them. But even then, I see an argument today.
Go ahead, Jez.
Yeah, I see an argument today. I saw argument today where United fans said that Spurs front three without Harry Kane looks like them playing on a Wednesday night against Leeds in the Championship, and so it was a United fan who said that. So I went to both teams. We took both top scorers from last season away. United scored only one more goal than us last season, and we had an off-form Son. We had an off-form Kulusevski. We don't have midfielders that really score goals. Bentancur was our top scorer from midfield, and he got injured in January. We had wingbacks that probably scored 3 goals or 2 goals, and Richarlison scored like 1 goal or something. But yet we had only 1 goal less than Man United. So take it as you want to take it to these people that think still that Spurs is finished because Kane is gone. No, it's about how you place it. And I said this before. I want us to go and invest more in the midfield and in the defense again, because I feel like it's important for us to stop leaking goals and go with a cheaper striker again. Like, there's a couple options that I've talked about even on Armin Challen already, and I think the club's even interested in the option. So let's see what's going to happen. But I'll be honest, it's not gonna be an easy season, in my opinion. But I see these narrative about Spurs is gonna be down in the relegation and shit like that.
No.
I disagree.
One thing I will say quickly. I want to say something quickly about the Kane stuff. Yeah.
Go on.
You know what, man? Kane now, he's almost got the Harden experience right now. What I mean by that is, he's Harden. He's got everything now. You know what I mean? He does all the stuff in the regular season. When it's playoff time, you know what I mean? When it's coming to doing what he needs to do to get the team to win. You know what I mean? He's not obviously at Tottenham not been showing up, but now at Bayern, there's no excuses. You know what I'm saying? There's no excuse at that point for me.
That's what I like, is all the questions will get answered.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like about it. That's what I like about this. I'm like very much interested. Obviously, Bayern Munich have players I'm fans of anyway. Alphonso Davies, Kimmich, to name a couple. So I'm going to be watching anyway. But yeah, interesting to see how they do. Very interesting. Because before you go, Bayern Munich could draw in the English club. Just putting out there, people. 110%. They draw in the English club.
Arsenal.
If it's Arsenal, bro, cash money, bro.
Oh,
we must be there. We must be there.
That's
we have to be there, man. We will be there.
At the Emirates, bro. Oh,
the script writers are always writing the script.
He's
man.
drawing
It's
in
been
English.
written.
Whether it's Arsenal or whether it's United, whether it's Liverpool, whether it's City, he's 110%. They're drawing the English club.
But
Let's say
Man United meet Bayern Munich, but Bayern Munich got out and he was not showing up. What conversations do we have to have?
I'll just be like, see, I told you, look. That's what I'll be on my. And I don't even normally do that.
I
hate people with that. I told you so.
I would never cheer on Harry Kane as much in my life. Even with England, I haven't cheered this guy on as much. If that, I would just apparently correct Jez. What do you think of you? What about January, Ivan Toney?
Ivan Toney was a name that was.
I know you want him, but do you think the club would save the money this summer for a forward to go for him in January?
Ivan Toney was been mentioned. Ivan Toney's been mentioned as a name before, and it would help our homegrown situation as well, because we literally go into the bare bones with Kane also leaving. Joe Rodon left, I think. And the other guys want to leave as well on loan. So Tony's definitely an option. Whenever we gonna go, because Ange been very specific with what he wants, and he said that he wants a centre forward. So I don't think we're gonna go and get Tony in January, because we're gonna try to buy another striker. Unless the idea is that the Argentinian kid that we bought, we keep him in here for a year and then putting him out on loan, maybe. Then maybe I can see Tony happen, or maybe a situation where Richarlison is not showing up and we considering selling Richarlison in next summer, and we just go for Tony.
Yep.
But Tony's definitely there.
For all this, actually, I've got a question for you. Obviously, it's not football related, but tomorrow is the boxing match, obviously, between AJ and Hellenius, bro. All I'm saying, bro, is if he cannot knock out Hellenius, bro, that brother needs to put the gloves down, bro. Put the gloves down, bro. If he cannot knock out Hellenius, he needs to put the gloves down. I don't know if all of us can hear me though.
So just a couple of points of the Caicedo thing. As of now, Liverpool are starting to get frustrated. Well, they should have got frustrated hours ago. But after the player refuses to leave London and are considering withdrawing their bid for the player. Chelsea are ready to match Liverpool's bid for Moises Caicedo if needed. New offer coming soon. So now with this news coming out, if Liverpool withdraw their bid, Chelsea can still go in with over
bidding
£100
£90
bid, but lower than what Liverpool's was.
No, I don't think we're gonna be that stupid, I'm afraid.
No, I don't think. I think we'll match it.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna do 115, bro. That's literally what we're going to do.
Oh yeah. I think that as well. That's why it's like. That's why
I think probably what's gonna 9 p.m., 10 p.m. like last time. That's when you're gonna hear. Oh, Chelsea.
How many streams are you doing? How many streams are you doing tonight? What, 6?
Listen, I got one at 10 p.m. after the game.
One at 11.
So, you know,
one at 12. One at 1.
You never know, man. It might have to be 11 p.m. 12.
I told you. I think you should do this. I think you should have the longest stream you've ever had. I think it should be like 5 hours.
Yeah.
Wait.
You know what it was, bro? Because like I was running out of stuff to say. Obviously, I still had Desert like Tarzan them. It was like the guys, like the audience would be like really big for like a short amount of time, and then they would just like a majority of them would leave. So it's just like I don't know, like it's like what's the point after a while? But bro, yesterday as well. Yesterday I was on like a caffeine rush too, bro. Like I was in a crazy caffeine rush. I was like on edge yesterday, and then when all that news came out, obviously I went to sleep. I sleep, relaxed, and then I came back and I was relaxed too. That's why I was relaxed to do the stream today. So it was a bit more easier.
Good, man. Good. But I'm telling you, man, you know, what's going to happen is you're going to finish your stream, say about 20 past 11, half past 11, and like 50 minutes later, Caicedo will be announced. You'll be rushing back on to like do the Caicedo thing, and then you have another 2 hours in stream.
I'm gonna wait until midnight. I think what the plan is here, 10 to midnight. I'll probably do some random stuff in between. I still have to do my Liverpool preview. I was meant to do my Liverpool preview today, but I was like, because of this guy's hit, I have to delay it till tomorrow now. So
do it.
Hey,
I hope he goes to you guys.
No, but sorry, guys, but
what?
I just have to address something in the chat. I don't think if Johnny Hood could understand me, but I was saying that remove. Listen to my. I mean, I don't have my comments, or I would have said, look at my lips, but.
oh dear me.
But remove both teams' top scorer from last season from Tottenham and Man United. So remove Rashford from Man United last season. Remove Kane from Tottenham last season. Yeah. Man United only scored one more goal than us. When we had guys who people say are washed, overrated, and are not good enough. Yeah, that was my point,
bro. Remember, Son was really bad that last season.
Son was terrible.
Kulusevski scored twice. He scored 2 goals. Kulusevski scored 2.
That guy was out for like a lot of time.
Richarlison scored 1.
Yeah, 1 here. 30 goals from Kane, 10 from Son. Bentancur scored 5. Højbjerg scored 4. Paul scored 3, and then 2 goals from Davis, Kulusevski, and Sessegnon. These were the scores, and you telling me?
Whoa,
if you remove
breaking
Kane,
news, guys!
Okay, come on.
Neymar in Barcelona.
Or is it personal term?
It's El Chiringuito, so I don't know if they're.
That source is dead from.
Yeah, because they're saying 2 + 1 year contract, 13 million per season salary. Barca still have to sell some of their players and hope PSG allow Neymar to leave on a free by terminating his contract.
That's smoking. That's smoking some strong top out.
Yeah, Barcelona is smoking some good crack.
It's a both sides are optimistic.
I know they get the Moroccan weed. You know what I'm saying? Like smuggled into Spain, but like, chill out, man. Chill out, bro.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Yeah.
Oh, I just saw the Man City news. Apparently, they were trying to get Kingsley Coman from Bayern Munich, but apparently, Bayern Munich rejected that. Doku, it seems, is going to be the one they're going to be getting.
Yeah, I think
that's
so.
a top player, bro. Doku's a top player, man.
I think he's a good player, definitely. And
you know what makes me laugh? That still people question a player going to Man City under Pep. Makes me laugh. It's
We
like
had the conversation yesterday, and I said my piece, to be honest, about Paqueta. I don't believe he's a bad player, and I don't believe that Pep. I don't believe it's a thing where, oh my god, the board signed this guy, and it wasn't even Pep. I just don't believe the price tag that they're paying for is worth it. Me personally,
It's Pep.
Right.
I have no doubt Pep wants this player.
Yeah, I don't
no
disagree with
doubt
that.
about it.
I don't disagree with that.
Don't disagree. He's one of the only. In fact, he might be the only player that the board are allowed to pick whatever player he wants to buy. He might be the only Premier League boss to do so. With the rest of the board work in conjunction with their managers, even the Klopp. You know what I mean? He might be the only one. Who do you want? Who do you want? I want that one. I mean, right now, not over his entire span, but like the main players that he wants. So, go on.
Surfer, you know when like United fans and Arsenal fans are like, "Oh, Mount is a good signing because Ten Hag wants him." Arteta has a plan for Kai Havertz, so I back my manager. It's giving me that sort of vibes. Like he's not that level of player.
Yeah,
he was available from Lyon for what 45, 50 million pounds last year. So if he was that good, right? Man City
Breaking news.
Known to be sweeping players. If he was that good, he would have gotten them.
You're right. Yeah, I agree.
Breaking news. Chelsea fans are gonna love this one. It's about Kepa wants to join Bayern. No agreement yet between the clubs, but apparently discussions are going on. Oh my god!
Hey,
please, Chelsea,
shout out
get the
Tuchel.
agreement,
Shout
man.
out Tuchel.
Wallahi, too chilly, man, bro. You are the one, bro. Wallahi,
Hey.
you're the one too chilly.
What
What did I walk into? What did
Statue for Tuchel.
11th
That's
of
what you
August,
walked into.
11th of August, 5:53 p.m. Kepa wants to go to Bayern Munich right now. Let's just.
Anyhow, you lot ship off Kepa to Bayern.
Hey,
It's
Damon,
Tuchel's
that's
still
on
on the
Tuchel.
payroll. The fuck? Kepa.
Plenty go, bro. Plenty go.
Get this right, Flawless. So today, also Gallagher, in the same sentence they went Chelsea finalised the deal for Elise, and Gallagher might be going out the door.
Yeah, so that was the other thing. So Flaws, they were saying with the Olise deal, we need to sell 2 of Kepa, Gallagher, and Chalobah. So like that's the thing. Like one of Kepa and Gallagher is gone for sure, but possibly both.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Take that shit and accept it.
There's
Right.
plenty goal for those that are asking for sauce. Plenty goal.
Yeah, that's the German Bayern Munich. He's specific for Bayern Munich. But by the way, this guy was. I remember yesterday he was on a podcast talking about how Bayern signing Harry Kane is a wonderful thing, and it's a wonderful thing for the Bundesliga. I was like, what? No other Bundesliga team bar Bayern Munich is gonna enjoy this one.
Do you know what it's like?
I honestly, bro, I don't understand like the German fans, and maybe it's a thing that maybe it's a cultural thing where I just don't understand them. But whenever I hear some of these guys speak, it's like, guys, Bayern is on top of everyone. Like all of you guys, bro, are just you can say, oh, we're playing competitive football. We're not playing competitive football because the same mandem are winning every single season. Like the majority of the time, barring like this season. It's been like by a crazy gap at times, 10 points, 12 points, 15
What
points.
made me laugh was like Michael Owen coming out this week. Did everyone forget Michael Owen joined Real Madrid? Do you know what I mean? Does everyone forget that? Man joined Real Madrid. So you didn't stay.
By the way, is this the first English player? Is this the first English player playing for Bayern?
There's Owen Hargreaves. What is Owen Hargreaves?
Yeah, Owen Hargreaves as well.
Hargreaves is I know he's English, German, Canadian.
No, he's
and
a mutt,
said
man.
out.
He's a mutt.
But-
You know what I mean? It's
But hey, he did bits for us though. Shout out Owen Hargreaves, in particular that 08 season. But yeah, outside of him, not to my knowledge, no, I don't think there is.
Nah, there was who was that? Richards guy, right? What was his name? Omar Richards.
Omar Richards, but he barely played.
yeah, that's like. Yeah.
He played for the B team. He played for the B team as well. So, like, I'm talking about actually somebody is actually is going to be part of something they want to do. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Bro, Tuchel needs to be studied because, bro, the rep this guy's built. I'm telling you, bro. This guy wanted Mount.
He's not
He
going to
wanted
win the
Mount,
Champions League with
Kai
Tottenham.
Havertz, all of these guys, bro. I'm telling you, bro. The light will shine on this guy. He's something I can't call him on here, but bro,
Good. Yeah.
I just want to quickly say something. just reply something to Johnny Hill in the chat when he said, but Man United will still have Rashford next year. Kane isn't going to be at Spurs, so y'all need to go buy a number 9. Can't be having big boy up front. I do like Son in form. I mean, okay, let's take it for example. So Man United scored 48 last season. Obviously we scored 70.
58.
Sorry, 58. My bad.
Hey, don't miss our 10 goals out. It'll take us.
Sorry. My bad, but I at least I added 9 instead of an 8. But
I can't. You know what? I'm gonna promote it right now. Tune in to the Ballers at the Bridge meets Mandan United meets Talking Out Tottenham Talk Sunday, because we're actually going. It might be the longest show we've ever done. We've got so much to talk about, and including the games that Jez and I's teams have played, the preview for the Man United game as well. It will make Ahmed's 5 streams yesterday look like a 10-minute pep talk. It might look like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, but now, what I wanted to say is, we're 100% going to buy a striker. We're 100% to buy a striker. So it's not like there's no chance we're not going to go and buy a striker when the manager has mentioned it. So that,
top of your head, who do you reckon?
I think we're going for that one Nigerian kid from Genk, who's Gift. His name is Gift Orban, and makes sense because based on our data, this guy seems like he's probably off the charts in terms of the data that we probably have of him. I think this guy had by the end of the season, joining in January, I think he had 22 games with 23 goals, joining them in January. So it's definitely a goal scorer, and he fits the system as well, which I like. And
do you reckon they get desperate by the end of the window? They go for someone like Calvert-Lewin or something?
I don't think so. Unless
let him get the big move and the big bucks, man. Shout out my guy Calvert.
How good is your guy, bro?
Shout out to Calvert-Lewin, but
I can't be a fan of Calvert-Lewin. You don't mean I want him at my football club. I just think he's a decent striker. That's all.
Yo, what if they take the money and just go fuck it, Caicedo?
Oh my
He's in London anyways.
No, the funniest shit about it is
This guy's an idiot.
the funniest shit about the funniest shit about it is I said this, fuck it, why not take half of the money and just put it in Lavia? Fuck it. And see what he's saying.
Lavia Basuma. Madison.
That's
Engine Courty.
Fuck it. I said, let's have it, fam. But I don't think we're gonna go in for Lavia, and I don't think Lavia will come. So that's another thing. But nah, I'll be real.
I was a Liverpool account that's got about 60,000 followers said that he heard a rumor that Lavia doesn't expect to be a Southampton player by Monday.
People have said that, so we will see.
Yeah,
Let me just run through some of these comments as well. Big up to Warrior J. Obviously, I had to dip. Big up to the man them holding it down for while I was gone. But this is Ange saying we've been planning for this. It's fair to say for a while. It doesn't take too much to investigate work to realize work to realize that this was going to happen. Hey, shout out to Ange Postecoglou. He also went on to say as well. Did I even start a second bar? I didn't, but hey, big up to him if he did indeed state this, that it was obvious that it's gonna happen.
For me, I'm happy that he's been transparent about it.
Big up to Matthew as well. Says if United get Amra back for 30 million, that's great business with all the silly prices for midfielders at the moment. I don't know why we've not made the bid. Because Fred's left. I don't know why we've not made the bid yet.
The way it's going right now, you guys better hurry up and get that.
It's because we're waiting for Donny to leave.
You're waiting for some guys to be sold.
Well,
If
Fred's
Fred's
sold,
Fred's gone, we're waiting to finalize the Donny thing. Then we put in the bid.
Okay,
Right.
all right,
Okay,
first then.
cool.
Emma says, this is quickly just didn't Spurs get that Solomon guy because of Kane leaving?
That was not linked to each other. That was a signing that was needed anyway.
Fairs. To Warrior J as well, who said this is Moises about Maguire. We've had a bid accepted from Manchester United, but while he's not our player, I'm not in a position to discuss him really. Hopefully that gets done. I know the deadline, I believe, has passed. So to answer your question, just to confirm something, Caicedo can't play Sunday, right? Unfortunately,
Yeah, it's Friday at noon.
If the Premier League, so it's gone then.
Yeah.
It's gone.
So
it's gonna be Gallagher Enzo, guys. Except reality.
If the Premier League was smart, they would extend that and go, if he signs for either one of these clubs, he can play. You know how much the views will go through the roof for that. If Caicedo is there starting for a Chelsea or a Liverpool, I'm extending that if I'm the Premier League.
And they should push the deadline to halftime.
Even if he's on the bench, imagine he's on the bench Every time the ball goes out or stops,
Yes, it's gonna
whatever
pan
bench
to
he's
him.
on,
Sky
it
Sports,
goes-
yeah. Sky Sports, yeah. They're gonna be doing the camera watching Caicedo. You know, I'm saying everyone.
Caicedo watch. This is a legit what it will
So
be. It'll be
take
Caicedo watch.
take this with a pinch of salt. This is from Sky Sports News. Vinny O'Connor. He goes, I don't think Liverpool were overly optimistic even this morning, which would explain Klopp's press conference. There was a concern that Chelsea weren't giving up on Moises Caicedo, which meant this whole deadline bullshit that Brighton were coming out with for 100 million plus transfer was always that. There were no the only deadline is the literal transfer deadline, bro. That's the
I
only
don't want to hear about a
fucking-
deadline ever again after this
That-
window.
Well,
Ever.
how many deadlines-
The only deadline I know about is the first of
Flawless.
December, bro.
Your takeover, how many deadlines have you had in your takeover?
Oh yeah. And,
You know what I
and the
mean?
crazy
Like-
part is, at least that deadline actually came from like Brighton. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah,
Manchester United
no.
takeover, the Manchester United takeover deadline came from social media, and people ran with it. Someone tweeted that shit out.
At the end of next week Friday, we're gonna find out.
Yeah.
Is it
Hey.
the Qataris or is it gonna be
Outrageous. And then I had someone, like I always reiterate, I had someone ask me, "Are you concerned that the deadline passed?" My simple response was, and will continue to be, "Who set that deadline?" I can do
Yeah,
that.
like,
What
like,
exactly
like,
going on
Bro,
about
like,
it was
What is
C1. It was
man?
C1 on the Man United account.
Yeah, it's ongoing. It's the
it's like
takeover is ongoing.
billionaires are on Twitter going,
Bro, let's be actually, I can't lie to you, bro.
billionaires,
sir.
Ham Sandwich 32 has put a deadline in of 11 p.m. on
Yeah.
Tuesday. We must
11
completely
p.m. on
do it by
Tuesday.
then, yeah.
I could do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've got a big enough platform, a big enough phone. I could go, yeah, the deadline's next week, Wednesday, 9 p.m. What the fuck does that? It don't mean nothing. I'll have no involvement.
Honestly, Flawless.
Go
Yeah,
on.
honestly,
It's
Flawless,
ongoing.
What is actually going on with that, bro?
Ongoing.
I
It's
literally,
just
like,
ongoing.
it's all we know is because, like, even
Ongoing.
like, because at least like back in the day, we were hearing some stuff about like the Qatar. We're hearing the Qataris are closed.
Yeah.
We're hearing this border's closed. I forgot the other guy's name completely because like that's how long it's been. So
Yeah. I'm glad that it has gone quiet. I believe it's ongoing, and we just keep it stepping. We got a football match on Monday, and we got other football matches to try and win because we got a league to try
To
and
be honest,
compete
bro,
in and trophies as well.
I don't know if you've seen
Oh.
some of the. I don't think we need to talk about it in the stream, but I'll talk to you outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna close out in a sec. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
hey,
yeah, go on.
one thing
Last
I'll
point,
say with
Tazo.
all this deadlines talk,
Mm.
hey, don't sleep on the Fabrizio here we goes. That Ornstein guy said, "Oh, it was. There's a deadline, blah blah blah." Man, shut the hell up, man. Fabrizio is still the GOAT. Just remember that, people. Just remember that.
So what you're saying? Honestly, he's not the great anymore. He's changed.
He was never the GOAT, man. He's a
Yo,
He's
that
a
dagger
false-
was a
man.
that
If
dagger
it's not-
was a butter knife yesterday, bro. Let's
Bro.
be real.
Bro, if it's not
Orny dagger hype, man. Pornstein hype, man.
Man, them saying it's as blunt as my
Hey,
as my weapon. Yeah?
Pornstein, Fabrizio, and 6. That's all.
It's not a butter knife, it's a spork. That's what it is, man.
That's right.
Hey, love to everyone who has locked in. No, continue to bump up the likes. Whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back, please continue to bump up the likes. We're at 75. Make sure you continue to subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. Make sure you subscribe to Ahmed's channel. Subscribe to
You
Alam's
can catch
channel
me at
as
10
well.
p.m.
The links are both in the title. So at the Bridge 258, Toronto Hoop Talk, both links are in the title. So you click the links right now, people. If you're watching live right now, watching this black, click the links in the title. It opens up new tabs. Go subscribe to at the Bridge 258. Go subscribe to Toronto Hoop Talk. One of the mods, please put both channels in the comment section as well. And on top of that, don't forget, people, we're not stopping today. Obviously, you got the Q&A. It is the start of the Premier League season. So Burnley versus Manchester City, that watch along will be going on starting 7:30 p.m. So 30 minutes before kickoff, 7:30 p.m. live on the Twitch. First Premier League watch along of the season on Sarcasm City TV. All the non-Manchester United Premier League watch alongs are on the Twitch. So Chelsea, Manchester City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Spurs, etc. all on the Sarcasm City TV Twitch. Of course, the Manchester United watch alongs are here on the YouTube channel, people. And the Twitch is live right now, actually. F1 show. So it's a Formula One mid-season recap that Victor is holding down. So make sure you head over to the Twitch right now as soon as the stream ends, which I'm going to do in a couple of minutes. That's at Sarcasm City TV. And on top of those things, what else we got coming up? Man United. So you've got the F1 show going on currently right now over on the Twitch. Then Burnley versus Manchester City, which will also be on the Twitch. Then we're back here at 11:30 p.m. Myself and Eddie for the Man United podcast. So we'll be looking ahead to Wolves, talking all things Manchester United
Any
as
more news
well.
breaks? Any more news breaks?
Probably some news breaks. Price highly likely. Probably be answering you lot's questions about the Burnley City game as well. Let's hope hope Burnley dunk on him.
I'm literally, bro. And by the way, before we end, FPL deadline is what at 30:30, right?
It's an hour before kickoff, I think. It's an hour
Of course, bro.
So
I'm literally just thinking about should I just triple cut my Haaland and just say fuck it?
Yeah.
No, don't do it.
But yeah, what else
Oh.
was I gonna say? Check out the upcoming live stream schedules on both because the weekend is stacked as well. So like Arsenal Saturday, Arsenal Nottingham Forest. That watch along's going on. I believe Peter's doing a 3 p.m. kickoff. Can't remember what game is it. Is it Fulham? Who are Fulham playing?
No, you wanted to do the Everton match, didn't you?
Was it Everton? Yeah, it's Everton Fulham, right? Yeah. Because you were talking about so you may get that 3 p.m.
Going back to
Yeah. So 3 p.m. kickoff. You won't get the
He's a
5:30
terrorist.
one. And
He's
then
a
what else you got
terrorist.
coming up? Q&A will be Saturday night, people. The Q&A will be Saturday night. I'll probably be out, so I can't do the Anthony Joshua, Hellenius.
Oh yeah, quickly, just quick
recap.
thoughts, bro.
Go on.
I'm just because I was actually asking you this, but obviously you're away, bro. If you cannot knock out Hellenius, pack the bags up, big man. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
yeah, you should stop him. So yeah, Saturday night you'll get. So like I said, Arsenal Nottingham Forest, maybe a 3 p.m. kickoff, both on the Twitch, and then the Q&A back here on the YouTube at like 1 a.m. And then Sunday you'll get both games from Sunday: Brentford versus Spurs at 2 p.m. I believe that's a kickoff. So 1:30 p.m. that'll start. And then obviously the big game, Chelsea versus Liverpool. You'll get that. And then following that, the new show over on the Twitch, latest addition to Sarcasm City TV, Talk Your Ish. That's the match reaction shows that I'll be doing over the weekend, people. Talk Your Ish. So we'll be doing Chelsea Liverpool reaction and reacting to all the other Premier League games that happen on the Sunday as well. Well, the Brentford Spurs game and all the ones on the Saturday as well. And then following that, midnight. You already know it's going to be crazy at midnight. The Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham show, Man United podcast, Ballers at the Bridge podcast, Talking That Tottenham Talk podcast. So much to discuss. That may be a 3
Don't
hour
expect
show.
a run for me unless we
yeah.
lose 5-0.
But yeah, love to everybody who has locked in. Like I said, we're gonna so that show's gonna be nuts. I'm just thinking about it as now. That last show is gonna be nuts.
I just don't want to lose 5-0.
Yeah. We're gonna raid Big Six Bands, people. That's what we're gonna do.
Coffee. Make sure you get coffee on, something like that.
Catch me at 10 p.m. as well, lads. Catch me at 10
shut
p.m.
Up, man.
10 p.m.
Your
at the Bridge.
We're talking about a proper shot. No, only joking.
Bro, we're gonna catch it like every other hour, like yesterday.
No, this time I'm gonna actually force myself to stay until midnight. You know what I'm saying? Stay until midnight unless anything happens, and then I'm calling it night, man. It's good night.
Hey, love to everyone that's locked in, and just one last thing as well. I know I threw out a lot of information, but there's a lot going on, so you lot get used to it because we're gonna be getting even busier and even more work rate as well. Oh yeah, I made my debut on the 12th Man podcast as well. Shout out to Dan Potts. Make sure you check that out as well. League on the stream I did yesterday as well with myself, League Gunner, Saeed, Northside as well. That's a new show that's going to be going on there as well. So see, there's so much content, and we are available on all audio platforms as well. SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV, and all the shows on the channel here on the YouTube, all the ones on the Twitch pop up. So SoundCloud, hit us a follow. Spotify, you lot have been doing the business on Spotify, so shout out to all the Android users. Hit the follow button, 5-stars on there. But hey, you Apple users, iPhone users, man, iTunes. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you 5-stars on iTunes and leave us a review as well. But head over to the Twitch right now, people. Head over to the Twitch right now. Formula One show going on there. Sarcasm City TV Twitch. But love to everyone who's locked in. This has been, that was a pretty good impression. This has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.